Matchday 19 saw dramatic encounter in Port Harcourt as Rivers United salvaged a 1-1 draw against Plateau United in the stoppage time. Rivers United dominated possession in the first half with 58%, but Plateau United defense held firm, conceding few clear opportunities. The second half saw emotion boil over. Rivers United head coach Finidi George was sent off in the 80th minute for dissent after expressing frustration with officiating. Plateau United appeared to have sealed the win as the game entered into added time, but handsome Surveyor dramatically equalized for Rivers United in the 96th minute with a close-range strike. The equalizer sparked protest from Plateau United bench, leading to a brief stoppage in the 12th minute of the added time. Referee Fawole sent off Plateau United head coach Mbawas Magnut for dissent, capping off a chaotic final for the match. Plateau United, known as the Peace Boys, climbed to 17th place in the with 20 points, inching closer to safety in relegation battle. Rivers United, meanwhile, remain in second position with 34 points, 2 behind league leader, talking about Remo Stars. Now, temper fled yesterday in the game between Rivers United and Plateau. And from the report and from the body language of the picture that we saw, it looked as though Finidi George wasn't comfortable with the way the game was going because they were losing at home, especially at the dying minute. And he had to also voice his frustration. But do you think that he went too far?
Yeah, I think that there is a limit, there is a thin line between what you think is right and what the referee thinks is right. At every point in time, regardless of decisions that has been upheld by the referee, you need to balance your emotions. So I think that temperament comes to play here.
True.
And that's sometimes difficult for coaches because at that time they are buoyed by their emotions and sometimes they cannot control it. So it's all about the personality syndrome. But I also believe that the referees controls what happens in the pitch. The best you can do is to make a case after each officiating. Okay, but activities of the pitch belongs to the referee. He has the final say on issues. But then you can also rule out the fact that sometimes coaches can be frustrated when the players are not aligning themselves to instructions. Okay, that also can be very frustrating. But vis-a-vis, it's a game of football. The end product should be one game without violence. So any form of disparaging issues, you know, that bring dent on the viability of the league should be questioned. And somehow we saw that yesterday. But if after 24 hours, the decision of the referee has been upheld, then you can now go back to say that well, it is possible that the board did not find anything unworthy of what the referee did. Rather, it's a fair officiating. So we'll leave it as that and hope that more can be done. That also tells that anything can travel away from home and pick by that point when the environment is conducive enough. Okay, and that's what the league this season or this half season have really done. Much thanks to the Benga led board of Nigeria Premier Football League.
You talked about, going away to pick a very vital point. Just this evening around 4 p.m., Enyimba had a match against Bendel Insurance, but that game produced no goal as it ended 0-0 at full time. So this is another very vital point for Bendel Insurance, and not a good one for, Enyimba, who sacked their coach, talking about Yemi Olarewaju a few days ago, to bring back, their former coach as well. So not a good start, or do you think it's a good start for their new coach?
Not losing at home is, you cannot say, at the Enyimba Stadium, and with the way the league is going. Enyimba have lost, okay, they have not lost this season at home. So maybe they are still invincible because they are one of the teams, they are one of the 5 teams yet to lose at home. For them, it's normal. The man was just appointed a few days ago. So it's difficult to really to have overseen the training session of how to utilize all the players. It's not magical. I think that he needs more time. In fact, he needs time because he's just coming into the side. The man who was assistant coach years ago is not the same man who is now the helm of affairs of the club now. So things have really changed. And so I think that for Bender Insurance, the Benin Arsenals, thankfully they went away from home, played beautifully, you know, and they were able to get more time to Greg, the coach of the side, who was able to put that masterpiece. They are seated 17th on the log. So they are seated 17th on the log. That means they are just few points above the relegation waters. And this point will do them a lot of good because they to travel away from home and getting vital points like this, especially at the Yimba Stadium, can be very dramatic on a Utah period like this, because I know that stadium will be free to its brim. So I think it's a good result more for the Benin Arsenals, who will hold this as a solace. This is the last match before they break fully.
Yeah.
But then for Yimba, I'm sure that the next target will now be what can be done now to salvage points from the outstanding games that they have. But that will be done when the break resumes. So for now, I think that the draw is a reflection of how beautiful the league has been organized, courtesy of good security and good work from the NPFL board, and it's a function of intentional approach to duty. And so, like I said, I think that Goma is welcome to the reality. He knows how the league functions, and he needs to use this period of break to really look at the side that players needs to get. Idaye is with them now. Is Idaye good enough for the continent or for the home game, domestic games? Let's see how far. But a lot of questions will be asked, and the true nature of what is happening to Yimba is likened to what is happening to Manchester United in the English Premier League.